I'm from NortheastWheelsEvents.com at the 2015 RM auction in Hershey, Pennsylvania. We're doing a quick little walkabout on Friday morning. Curve Dash Olds, the first mass-produced car. Very interesting. And the cars that sprang, of course, a basic offshoot of that. The two manufacturers who made the motors and transmissions were Dodge Brothers and Leyland, Henry Leyland, who improved the motor, brought it to the Smith brothers, who owned the Oldsmobile at the time. Tried to sell them the motor, they weren't interested, so he went to Detroit Auto Company, which was later named Henry Ford, which was later named Cadillac. Beautiful Packard. Fiat Multiplia. The original minivan. This is based off the 850. Just too cool. Again, Packard, look at that. Just magnificent. They're just so striking, these Packards. And of course, the later Packard, post-war, with their Woody wagon. These have finally come into favor. For the longest time, the quote-unquote pregnant elephant just was not appreciated. Now they're coming in with their very dependable big straight eights. They have their own automatic transmissions. And zoom in here just to pick up. Oh, this is a Mitchell. Interesting. 1912 Mitchell. Mitchell continued on, of course. They also tried a radical slant back grill radiator, which was dubbed the Drunken Mitchell. This one's still just beautiful. Look at that side spot. Notice the back windows, the triangular, and their beveled glass back there. Marmon? Yeah, Marmon. These are extremely high quality cars. Speaking of which, Cadillac. This one has the padded roof. Most likely a Fleetwood. I could be wrong. I'm not sure who the body maker is. It's only a V8. I stress that, only a V8, because now we're looking at a very rare bird. This is a V16. Cadillac actually came out the V16 and then updated it just to show that no, it was not a mistake. This is where it was at. Cadillac was one of three manufacturers who had a V16, only two went into production. One was Marmon, which there is one here, and of course Cadillac. There's the Jackson. Again, a very, very popular early make. Jackson. Very intriguing styling with the Chryslers. After the fiasco with the Aero look, they went fairly conservative. Affected them right through the 50s, unfortunately so. Beautiful little Ford, of course. Lovely Buick. And one of my heartthrobs, sweet little MGB. Looks as good as it looks. And another one of my heartthrobs. Beautiful little Sunbeam. These have been underground, really quite underappreciated in this country, but overseas, well loved. And the people here who know the cars love them. They were really quite competitive in the Monte Carlo rallies too. We even have beautiful double cowl Chris Craft. I'm going to swing around. You've got very early Pioneers. You see, it's just barely. This is a Sears, 1909 Sears. I'm not sure who made this for Sears. I know they did have an International Harvester rebadged as a Sears. I'm not sure who manufactured this high wheeler. International pickup truck. Pontiac. The GM 58 through 60. Ladled it on with chrome. And of course one of the 3 Ps, the Pierce Arrow. This is one of the later ones, of course, one of the last Pierce. Pierce survived after being bought out by Studebaker, then let go during the Depression. Went independent for a couple of years, and then by 36 it was out. Speaking of Studebaker, just an absolutely magnificent Hawk. Hawks went through a few transitions. They were just, the styling was so advanced. As Brooks Stevens then cleaned up by Engel. Engel liked the sharp edges. He was also responsible for these mid-60s Chryslers and of course the Lincoln Continental. Gorgeous Cadillac. How could you not like a car like that in drop top? Just beautiful. This is a Stutz. And we all heard of the Stutz Bearcat, but they did a lot more than just that. They were also early pioneers in multiple valves, more than 2, let's put it this way, per cylinder. Again, Buick. That's a 36. Early Cadillac. Cadillac quickly went from a small single-cylinder, literally an economy car, because it sold for $850, just about what the Model T sold for. It was a very inexpensive car. Into multiple cylinders and into the upper ranges. And yes, they were a standard of the world. Early Packard. Packard had so dominated the luxury class that you could add Cadillac, Lincoln, you name it, Pierce Arrow, all of them together, and still didn't equal what Packard was doing. As all top range. The only time they stepped down was in the midst of the Depression. They came out with a 6-cylinder car, which people said ruined them. The 120s, which were really nice, were still 8s. Beautiful popcorn machine. Puts you right into business. Again, this is Pam from NortheastWheelsEvents.com, just taking a quick walkabout Friday morning at the RM Auction 2015 in Hershey. Check their website for the results, and check NortheastWheelsEvents.com in the north, SoutheastWheelsEvents.com in the south, and of course UKWheelsEvents.com in the UK for all sorts of cool shows like this. And be sure to add your own events, photos, and videos. This is 1915 Pierce motor. And you notice the 2 sets of spark plugs, and it's 2 plugs per cylinder, because you probably ran magneto, which you're looking at, as well as a points ignition. I'm looking for a distributor. I don't see. I think it's all... No, okay, there's a distributor right on the magneto. Look at all that cast aluminum and the cradle and everything. Again, this is Pam from NortheastWheelsEvents.com.